Hello friends, welcome to the 52nd session of Hybris tutorial. In this session guys, we are going to discuss very important topic of data modeling. We are going to discuss the relations in the data modeling, how relations are built and what is the impact of creating any relation. So guys, primarily we do have three type of relations in Hybris. First is one-to-one relation. So first is one-to-one relation. Second one is one-to-many relation. One-to-many relation, right? And third one is the many-to-many relation. So we primarily have these type of relations in Hybris. So we will be discussing these all three types of relations in a deeper way in this video. So this video is going to be very useful for you. So guys, firstly, we are going to discuss what are one-to-one relation. So one-to-one relation means if I say that there is one employee, right? And if he has one computer or if he has one laptop, so this employee has one laptop and this laptop also belongs to the same employee. So it means between employee and between laptop, we do have one-to-one relation. We do have one-to-one relation, right? So how to define the one-to-one relation between employee and laptop, that we are going to discuss in this video. So Hybris generally doesn't allow the creation of separate one-to-one relation between employee and laptop or creation of one-to-one relation between the two item types, right? So if I write, if I declare one item type, right? If I declare one item type with a name, for example, if I declare one item type employee, super employee, I will write it like this. So we will create one employee. So we have created this item type. I will give its name as say Hybris Tube employee. So Hybris Tube employee is the item type I have created. So auto create is equal to true, generate is equal to true, and of course we have to give some deployment table name as well. So this is the type code, right? So I will be using type code something like this 412. So this should be the unique one, as I have already explained in our previous videos. This type code should be the unique one, right? And in this I will just use like id. This is one field which is of very simple id, is of type string, and here I'm writing read is equal to true, write is equal to true, search is true, and optional is false. That is okay. And then we have second, it is name, right? And it is of type string, that is okay. And second, third one is say father name. So these are the three attributes which we have created in Hybris Tube employee, right? Second is the item type we need to create is laptop, right? So I will just create one more item type with the name laptop, right? So I'm going to create one more, item type with the name laptop. So I will just copy this again and then I will paste over here. So in this way, I have created two item types. So one is the employee and second is the laptop, right? So this is the one I am going to give over here. So I'm going to give its value as laptop 3413. This is the type code I am going to give. So this is the ID and this is the name, and this is third one I will give it as a brand, right? Brand. So guys, you can see I have now created two items. One is the employee and second one is the laptop. First one is the Hybris Tube employee and second one is the laptop. So guys, always remember, we cannot create a one-to-one relation, direct one-to-one relation. So we do have these relations tag. Here we generally create the relations. So if I just try to create a relation, right, one-to-one relation, you will see that this will get failed during the build only. So I'm just copying this. So you can see what we do in the relations. So here I am saying generate is equal to true and auto create is equal to true. Generate is a depreciated one, but auto create means during the system update, this relation will get created into the DB. And here, this is the type. So here relation is created between the teacher and student. And what is that? What is that type of relation? That is one to many relations. So this cardinality is very important. This is telling what type of relation is between the teacher and student. So I hope this is clear to you what I want to say. So now I am going to define a one-to-one relation, right, between the Hybris Tube employee and and the laptop. So I will write uh, amp to lap. So this is the type of relation we need to create, right? So localized false, generate true. That is okay. Source is what is the source name? So it was the Hybris Tube employee. So this is the source and target is of course laptop, right? So source is Hybris Tube employee. So over here we will write source is equal to Hybris Tube employee and cardinality is of course one. The qualifier is basically I will write I will give its name as say tube employee. So I will give this name tube employee, right? And coordinate is one. Then I will use this. So this is the second item type is between the laptop. So this is the laptop I need to mention over here. And I will give the qualifier as laptop only. So this is the thing. And obviously this cardinality should also be one. So I hope guys this is self-explanatory and it should be clear to you. Now guys, if I try to build this project, you will see that we will get the error during the build time only. So I am going to try to build this project and you will see that system will throw that error at the build time only. It says that one-to-one relation is not allowed. Separate declaration of one-to-one is not allowed in Hybris directly. So how it is defined in Hybris that we are going to discuss after this, but for now, we are just waiting for this build to get finished or that error to come up. So guys, you can see now the build has been failed and why it has been failed, it is saying that invalid relation type employee to laptop since one-to-one relations are not supported. It means we cannot directly declare one-to-one relations in Hybris. So how to declare one-to-one relation? So guys, what Hybris recommends, it is saying that if you need to create the one-to-one relation between the employee and laptop, Hybris Tube employee, right, and laptop, what you have to do, you just have to declare one more attribute inside this Hybris Tube employee only. You have to do something like this. So Hybris Tube employee and laptop. So here I will be writing qualifier is equal to laptop and its type is of type laptop only. So laptop is the item type. So here I'm saying this attribute is of type laptop only. So this is the way Hybris says that you need to, define the one-to-one relation. So I hope guys this is clear to you how we can, declare a one-to-one relation between the two items. So if I build my project now, you will see that project will get built successfully. So let's try to build the project again, and then we will bring our server up and we'll perform the system update as well, and then we will see how our tables look like for the one-to-one relation. So guys, now you can see build is successful. Now I will quickly try to bring my server up. So why I need to bring my server up so that we can perform the system update and then I can show you this one-to-one relation between the Hybris Tube employee and the laptop. And we will see how it is looking in the Hybris Tube employee table, right? We will see those as well. Meanwhile, what can do, we can try to refresh our platform extension. So I'm trying to refresh my platform extension, and then what we will do, we will see Hybris Tube employee, how it is looking. So I am going to search Hybris Tube employee model. So once this refresh is completed, you will see we will have this Hybris Tube employee model getting generated. So we are currently waiting for this refresh to get completed, and once it is completed, we will have a Hybris Tube employee model. So you can see this model class has been generated, right? And if I see right, guys, you can see we do have one attribute laptop, right? We do have one attribute laptop, which is of type laptop model. So I hope this is clear to you how the model class looks like in the one-to-one relation. So in the Hybris Tube employee, we do have one attribute laptop, right? Laptop. It is of type laptop model, right? But guys, if I just see the item type laptop, right, there will be a laptop model as well. So over here we don't have anything related to employee, right? Hybris Tube employee. So I think this should be clear to you how model classes look like. Now, once the server is up, then we will see how the tables look like, right, and how it looks like in the back office as well. So let's wait for the server to come up, then we will perform the system update. So guys, now you can see server has come up, right? So once the server is up, right? So you can see server has come up. So now what I will do, I will quickly open the HSC and I will perform the system update. So I am opening the HSC with my credentials, admin and password as Nimda. And then I will go to the platform and then I will go to the update, and over here I will just select the update running system and I will unselect other options, and I will simply click on the update button. So with this, system update will get started, but this will take around 15 minutes to get finished. So let's wait for the system update to get finished. Then we will see how the relations between the Hybris Tube employee and laptop will look like, right? So in this way, we are declaring one-to-one relation between Hybris Tube employee and laptop. Similarly, in the laptop as well, you can declare one attribute related to Hybris Tube employee. So in this way, bipolar relation between the Hybris Tube employee and laptop will get generated. So I hope this is clear to you. What you need to do, you just have to declare one more attribute in the laptop as well. You will give its name as Hybris Tube employee, something like this. Like qualifier is equal to Hybris Tube amp, right, and it is of type Hybris Tube employee. So you can do something similar to this, but for now guys, we are waiting for the system update to get finished, and after that we will see how the both tables, Hybris Tube employee and laptop will look like. So guys, now you can see system update has been finished successfully, and we can see the same over here as well. Now what I will do, I will quickly go to my flexible search section and we will search for our newly created type. So this was the type Hybris Tube employee which we had created, right? So I will just search into this flexible search console and we will see how this table is looking like. So you can see I'm just firing a query, select star from Hybris Tube employee, and you will see that over here we do have this ID, name, father name, right? We do have everything, but we do have this laptop attribute as well over here in the employee Hybris Tube employee only, right? But if I try to search in the laptop, because we have not declared the bipolar relation currently, so if we see in the laptop, we will not have the employee column currently in the laptop. So I hope guys this is clear to you. We can see the same relation in the back office as well. So you will see that in the back office as well, we can have a relation, or we will be able to see that in the Hybris Tube employee, we will have a one-to-one relation between Hybris Tube employee and laptop. So it means with one Hybris Tube employee with Hybris Tube employee, we can add only maximum one laptop. So it means one employee can have maximum one laptop. So this is the concept. So I will show you this as well in the back office, and then the picture will be more clear to you. So let's wait for the back office to get open, and then we will see what is the meaning of this. So you can see back office has been open. Now I will search for my type. So our type is, so you can see our type is Hybris Tube employee. So we will try to search this Hybris Tube employee type, and we will see how it is looking. So I'm just going into the types, and then I'm searching for the Hybris Tube employee. And you can see this is the new type which has been created, right? So you can see in the properties we will have an option, right? There we can see like we do have a father name which is of type string, id is of type string, but there is one attribute of laptop which is of type laptop only, right? So in the similar way we will have one item like laptop. So I can search for the laptop as well. So you will see that there will be one attribute laptop, right? So you can see in the properties it has these attributes brand, id and name, right? We can even see whether any data is present or not. I can create a new laptop as well. So I just have to give the laptop IDs. For example, I will give the laptop IDs 12 laptop 1. So this is the ID I have generated, right? So you can see one laptop I have created, right? In the similar way I can create one more laptop. I will give laptop 2 to that data, right? So you can see now I have created the two laptops in my system. So these are the two laptops, right? Now I can go to the Hybris Tube employee again. I can go to this Hybris Tube employee again, and then I can see what type of data it has. So you can see currently it has no data, but then I can try to add one, employee. So I will write Hybris Tube emp1, right? And then I will just click on the done button. And if I just open this, guys, you will see very important thing, right? Over here we do have the simple fields like we do have ID, name, but here we do have a laptop. So since we do have a one-to-one relation between ID and laptop, that is why, guys, you can see we do have this option. I can add one laptop, but I don't have possibility to add another laptop. So this is the way you can understand that there is a one-to-one relation between the employee and laptop. So I hope, guys, this is clear to you. And once I fill this data, guys, we can see in the table as well how it is looking. So in the Hybris Tube employee, if you see that this is how data is looking. Here we do have a laptop, and I am giving the reference of the laptop, right? So this is how it is looking. So I hope, guys, it is clear to you, right? So this is all about the one-to-one relation. Now we will discuss about the one-to-many relation. So one-to-many relation, we can say that uh, example of one-to-many relation is I am saying I do have one Hybris Tube home, right? And second is the Hybris Tube rooms, right? So it means what I am saying, there can be, right, in the home there can be multiple rooms, right? So it means one home can multiple rooms. So it means there is a one to many relation between the home and rooms. But then just take the opposite case. So it means multiple rooms, right? So if I just say hybrid tube home and room, so it means there is a one to many relation between the home and rooms, but one room that every room belongs to that particular home only, right? So it means there is a one to one relation between room and home. So there is a one to many relation between home and room, but since every room belongs to that particular home only, right? So it means there is a one to one relation between room and home. So Now we will discuss how we can, create this relation. So one to many relation is between Hybris Tube home, right? Hybris Tube home and Hybris Tube rooms, right? But one to one relation is between Hybris Tube rooms, right? Because every room belongs to a particular home only, right? It doesn't mean that one room can belong to multiple homes. So that is why there is a one-to-one relation. So how we will define this relation, how we can see the sample example of this relation. So for that, what I will do, I will just create firstly Hybris Tube home. So I will just copy this and then I will just paste something like this. So I will just give this name as Hybris Tube home, right? And then I will just give some more attribute like type code is 414, and I will just give the deployment table name as this one. So here I will write home ID, right? Then this is the home name. So home name, this is the home name. I will just remove this attribute because I don't need this, right? I also don't need this, so I will just remove this. So this is the Hybris Tube home, right? And then we will have another item type, which is basically the Hybris Tube rooms. So what I will do, I will just copy this, right? I will just copy this and then I will just uh, I mean uh, do something like this Hybris Tube room, right? And I will give its value as Hybris Tube room, and then I will change the type code value as well. So I will just change the type code value as 15. So this is the room ID, basically room ID, right? And this is the room name, so I have given this thing as well, right? So now firstly what I will do before showing the one-to-many relation between home and room, firstly I will build my project and then I will show you very important things what it means. So I will just build my project, right? I'm just building my project, and once the build is completed then I will show you the corresponding model classes of Hybris Tube home and Hybris Tube room. So guys, now you can see build is successful. Now I will try to refresh my platform extension and we will see how our model classes look like. So I'm just refreshing my platform extension because the model classes get generated only in the platform extensions only. So you can see refreshment is about to get completed, right? And after that guys, what we will do, we will see how Hybris Tube home model is looking like. You can see this is the Hybris Tube home model, and you will see that in the Hybris Tube home model, in this Hybris Tube home model, there will be no reference of Hybris room currently, right? So I'm just showing you. So you can see we don't have any getter or setter related to the room, right? So all you should agree on this because in some time we will be creating the relation between Hybris Tube home and Hybris Tube room, right? So after that you will see that in the Hybris Tube home model we will have a attribute of room, right? We will have an attribute of room over here. So that is the thing we need to take care of, right? So in the similar way, if I go to the Hybris Tube room, right, in the Hybris Tube room model as well, so in the Hybris room model as well, so you will see that over here as well we don't have any reference of Hybris Tube home. So but once we create the relation one to many relation between the Hybris Tube home and Hybris room model, right, after that you will see in the room we will have an attribute of Hybris Tube home. So this is the thing we need to take care of. And guys, if you bring your server up now and if you see the table as well, if you see the Hybris room table and Hybris Tube home table, currently you will not find any attribute like in the Hybris Tube home, you will not find any attribute of room, and in Hybris room as well, in Hybris room table as well, you will not find any attribute of Hybris Tube home. So I'm bringing my server up and then I will show you that how our tables are looking like. Currently, we have not created any relation between Hybris Tube home and Hybris room. So currently, I will show you that in the home table as well, there is no reference of Hybris room attribute, and in Hybris room table as well, there will be no reference of Hybris Tube home. So I'm quickly bringing my server up, and I will perform the system update after that, and then we will see how these tables are looking like. So guys, you can see now server is up and running. So what I will do, I will quickly open the HSC now so that I can perform the system update. So you can see I'm opening the HSC now and I'm logging in with my credentials. Username is admin and password is nimda, and then I will go to the platform and update. Why I'm performing the system update? Because still these tables, this Hybris Tube home, right, and this Hybris room, these are not created in our DB. To create these tables into the DB, we need to perform the system update. So I'm just unselecting these options and I'm just keeping update running system, and I will click on the update. So in this way, system update has been now started. So this will take some time, like 15 minutes to get finished. And once the system update gets finished, I will show you that how these tables look like in our system, and the Hybris Tube home and Hybris room will not have any reference of each other in each other table. So let's wait for the system update to get finished, then we will see the next concepts. So guys, now you can see system update has been completed. Now we will quickly see how our tables are looking like. So I will go to this Hybris Tube home type and we will search this how it is looking. So for that I will go to the console, flexible search, and then I will log in with my credentials. Then I will just fire the query select star from, right, select star from Hybris Tube home. And guys, if you go inside this, you can see I'm fetching the data from this table only, right? So you will see we do have home ID, home name, right? So these are the two attributes which we had declared. But please see that, please notice that we don't have any reference of Hybris room over here, right, in this table. Similarly, if I just show you this Hybris room type, if I just show you this Hybris room type, right, you will see that we don't have any reference of Hybris Tube home. We will not have any reference of Hybris Tube home currently. So this is the room ID, room name, right? We do have these two attributes, room ID and room name, right? And we are fetching this data from the Hybris room table only, right? But guys, please be aware that once we create the one-to-many relation, right, once we create the one-to-many relation in this Hybris room table, in this Hybris room table, we will have one attribute related to Hybris Tube home. So this is the thing we need to take care of. So once we create a one-to-many relation between the Hybris Tube home and Hybris room, in the Hybris room table, we will have one column over here which is related to Hybris Tube home. I will show you that portion as well, but this was the motive to show you these tables, how it is looking currently. Right now, what I will do, I will create a one-to-many relation between the Hybris Tube home and Hybris room. Right, so how we can create a one-to-many relation between Hybris Tube home and Hybris room. So for that, what I will do, I will just copy this. I will just copy this relation which I have already created and I will paste this. So then I will change it to like home to, right, I will do something like this, home to room relation, right? And guys, please aware that we need to keep this name small as possible, otherwise a limit, there is a limit of 24 characters. If you exceed that limit, you will get an error during the system update that your name has been exceeded to the allowed limit, right? So I have already covered that part, how we can increase that limit, right? So I will keep this localized false, generate is equal to true, auto create true, right? So this is the type. So over here type should be Hybris Tube home. So type should be Hybris Tube home. So this is the one, Hybris Tube home, and second is Hybris room, right? So what I will do, I will write over here, this is the type Hybris Tube home, and I will give the name as Hybris Tube home, right? So currently it is one. So and modifiers are these are okay, okay, and then we will keep this optional, right? I will keep this optional as true. You can keep this optional as false as well, right? So then second is Hybris room. So second is Hybris room, and qualifier is again I can keep this Hybris rooms. I can do something like this Hybris rooms, right? So kernel it is many, that is okay. So it means now what I am saying one Hybris room, one Hybris tube home can have multiple Hybris rooms. So one Hybris tube home, right? One home can have multiple rooms. So this is what I am saying. That is why there is a one to many relation between home and rooms. But then if we take the opposite case, I will say that one room or each room belongs to one home only. So between the room and home, there is one to one relation. Don't confuse with this word where that but if the relation between Hybris tube and home, Hybris tube home and Hybris rooms is one to many, then the relation between the Hybris rooms and Hybris tube home will be many to one. Don't get confused with this. So there will be relation of one to one between Hybris rooms and Hybris tube home, right? So now I have declared this relation, right? And guys, I will build my project, and you will find that once I build my project in the Hybris Tube home, right? So in the Hybris Tube home, currently we don't have any reference of rooms, right? Currently. But once I build this project, because of this relation which I have defined just now, because of this relation, there will be one extra attribute in this Hybris Tube home model.java that will be basically a collection of rooms. So basically in the Hybris Tube home, we are creating a collection of Hybris rooms. So that I am going to show you. Similarly in the Hybris room model.java as well, because of this relation, we will have one more attribute related to the Hybris Tube home, right? And that attribute will be of type Hybris Tube home only. That will not be a collection because one room can have only one home. That is why it will not be a collection. But in the Hybris Tube home, we will have a collection of rooms. So let's see how it is behaving, and then we will see how our tables will also look like. So now I am performing the build of my project. So I will bring my server down again, and I am performing the build of my project. So once the build is finished, then we will see how our model classes and how our tables will look like. So let's wait for this build to get finished. So guys, now you can see build is successful. Now what I will do, I will try to refresh my platform extension. So I'm refreshing my platform extension, right? So you can see I have refreshed my platform extension. And after that, guys, we will see how our table is looking like, how our Hybris Tube home model is looking like. So I'm going into this Hybris Tube home model, right? I will go into this Hybris Tube home model.java, and you will see that I told you in the Hybris Tube home, one home can have multiple rooms. One home can have collection of rooms. So because of this, we do have this attribute Hybris rooms. So if I search for the getter, you can see one Hybris Tube home has a collection of rooms. So you can see one Hybris Tube home can have a collection of rooms. So I hope guys this is clear to you what I wanted to say. So because of this relation only, right now extra field Hybris rooms has been created. One extra attribute has been created in Hybris Tube home model.java. In the similar way in Hybris room model.java, if I go inside it, so you can see over here as well now because of this relation only, one extra attribute Hybris tube home has been created. Because why it has been created? Because one Hybris room, right? One Hybris room can have one home only, right? So that is why we have like one Hybris Tube home only. So that is why one Hybris room has only one Hybris Tube home only, and that is of type Hybris Tube home model. So I think now it is clear to you what this relation has done changes in the model classes of Hybris Tube home model and Hybris room model. So this change should be clear to you. Right now, I will bring my server up and we will perform the system update. Then we will see what changes this relation has brought in the tables as well. As I already told, this table will have no impact, but in this table, Hybris to room table will have one extra attribute, Hybris tube home, this one. So let's see whether these changes will reflect or not. So I will bring my server up and then we will see the next steps. So this will take around 15 minutes for the server to come up. So let's wait for the server to come up. So guys, now you can see server is up. Now what I will do, I will quickly go to the HSC and I will perform the system update. Why I need to perform the system update? So that the corresponding relations also can get updated. Guys, just take care of one thing as we have already discussed in one-to-many relation. For example, here I am saying I am creating a one-to-many relation between Hybris Tube home and Hybris rooms. So it means I am saying one Hybris Tube home can have multiple rooms. So it means I am saying I need to create one collection of rooms in Hybris Tube home, and this is the same reflected from here as well. If I just see, you can see in the Hybris Tube home model, we have created one collection of rooms as well. So just consider this fact, this will be very useful because there will be one collection of Hybris rooms will also get created into the DB that I am going to show you. So just remember why we are saying that in the Hybris Tube home model we do have a collection of Hybris rooms. So in the DB I will show you that we will have a collection with the name home to room relation, right, and then Hybris rooms collection, because we have a collection of rooms over here, not a collection of Hybris Tube home, because one home can have a collection of rooms only. So what we will do, we will perform the system update now. So I am just selecting these options and then I will just perform the system update. So system update will take like 10 to 15 minutes and then we will see how our tables are looking. So you can see that system update has been started. So this will take like 15 minutes to get finished. So let's wait for the system update to get finished. So guys, now system update has been completed. Now what I will do, I will go to the console and then I will go to the flexible search and then I will see how the tables are looking like, how this relation is looking like. So firstly, we will see how our Hybris Tube home is looking like. Please remember that we do have one to many relations between the Hybris Tube home and Hybris room. Also remember that when I will show you this Hybris Tube home DB table, right, you will not find any reference of Hybris room in the Hybris Tube home table. So I will show you this Hybris Tube home table. So you can see I am firing the query select star from Hybris Tube home, and when I fire the query you will see that inside this table, guys, you can see we do have only the home ID, home name, right? We do have only these two attributes. We don't have any reference of Hybris room inside the Hybris Tube home. Always remember this concept. So it means at one side we will not have any reference of many side, right? So that is why at Hybris Tube home we don't have any reference of Hybris room inside this table. But guys, if I go inside the Hybris room, right, if I go inside this Hybris room table, you will see that we will have a reference of Hybris Tube home type. So I am going inside the Hybris room table, right? So you can see I have clicked on the execute button and you will see that over here we do have room ID, we do have room name, right? but we do have Hybris Tube home attribute as well inside the Hybris room table. So I hope guys this concept is clear to you what I want to say. So it means in briefly we can say in one to many relation always a reference of a foreign referenced attribute will be created at many site, right? So it means a foreign reference attribute will be created at many site. That is why in the Hybris room table we are able to see this foreign reference attribute which belongs to the Hybris tube home item type or Hybris tube home table, right? It is present, this attribute is present in the Hybris room, but we saw the Hybris tube home table. At that time, in that table, we had no reference of Hybris room. So I think it is clear to you how the tables look like in one-to-many relation, right? So this was the thing I wanted to show you. Now we will show the same view in the back office as well. So I'm going to log in into the back office with my credentials. Username is admin and password is nimda, and then guys I am going to show you how Hybris Tube home is looking like, how Hybris room is looking like if we try to search the type Hybris Tube home and Hybris room in the back office, how it is looking like. Then we will feed some data as well in the Hybris Tube home as well as in the Hybris room type. So we are going to do. Also remember guys, I said you one thing inside the Hybris Tube home model, right? We saw that we had a collection of Hybris room. So I will show you as well that a new collection attribute will also be created in the back office. So let's wait for the back office to get loaded. So you can see back office has been now loaded. So once this is completely loaded, then we will search for the type Hybris Tube home and we will see how it is looking. So I'm just copying this Hybris Tube home type and then I will go to the back office. So inside the back office, I will search for this Hybris Tube home type. So guys, you can see I am into the back office now. So what I will do, I will just write over here the type in the Explorer bar. So this left side bar is called as the Explorer bar. So I have just clicked on the types. So I will be trying to search the type Hybris Tube Home. So this is the advanced search section. We have already discussed this in the back office customization. So I am searching for the Hybris Tube Home, and you can see this is how Hybris Tube home is looking like. So we do have this Hybris Tube home which is there in the training core extension, and if I just show you the properties inside this Hybris Tube home, you will find that we do have home ID, home name, right? And I think this is the same. If I just search for the Hybris Tube home item type, you can see over here we had home ID and home name, right? So these are the two attributes we had. Plus, because of this relation, one to many relation we had created, right? This is because of this relation. You can see we do have one collection as well, collection of rooms as well, right? So inside this Hybris Tube home only, we do have a collection of rooms as well. So guys, I hope this is clear to you how it is looking like, right? And this is the XML representation of Hybris Tube home. We do have a home ID, we do have a name, right? So now what I will do, I will just go on this section and then we will try to create one data in the Hybris Tube home type. So I will just click on the plus icon, and once I click on the plus icon, it is asking me to enter the home ID. Why it is asking me only the home ID, right? Why it is asking me only the home ID, not the home name? Because over here I am saying that home ID is mandatory, this home name is not mandatory field. That is why I need to give the home ID as mandatory because optional is false over here. It is not the optional, it is the mandatory field. So I will give the home ID, say home ID 1. This is the name I am giving, and I will click on the done button just so you can see this type has been created. This data has been created in the Hybris Tube home table. If I open this data, you will see if I open this data and if I open the corresponding parallel data in the HSC as well to see how my tabular structure is looking like. So you can see we do have one data inside the Hybris Tube home now, and it is the home ID 1, right? So inside is this, guys, you can see we discussed inside the Hybris Tube home we can have multiple rooms, right? So we will see that inside the Hybris Tube home we do have the home ID, we do have the home name, and you can see over here, guys, we can have a multiple rooms as well. We can add multiple rooms as well. We will show you that firstly we will create Hybris rooms as well. So I will go to the item type Hybris rooms. Okay, so you can see I have just clicked on the, so we will what we will do, I will just create one more item type Hybris Tube home. So I will just quickly write over here home ID 2. I think in this way we have created now two rows inside this Hybris Tube home table. So you can see now I have created the two rows inside this table. Now what I will do, I will just quickly go to the Hybris Tube Hybris room item type. So I'm just clicking on this Hybris room, and then I will just search for this type in the back office. So you can see I have searched for the Hybris room, and guys, you can see this is the relation Hybris room. Okay, and inside this Hybris room, that every room can belongs to only one home. So there is a one-to-one relation between the Hybris room and Hybris Tube home, and it is visible over here as well. In this Hybris room we have room ID, room name, and there is one attribute of Hybris Tube which belongs to Hybris Tube home item type, right? So why this attribute is coming? This attribute is coming because of this relation. It is saying, this attribute is saying that there is a one-to-one relation, not many to one. This is a one-to-one relation between the Hybris room and Hybris Tube home. Okay, so I will go to this section now, and I will try to create one room. So you can see I have created one room. Why it is giving me this room ID field over here? Without this I will not be able to create, by because I have to give this room ID as the mandatory field. Why it is the mandatory field? Because if I go to this item type Hybris room, you will see that over here room ID or is optional is equal to false. That is why I have to give. So I will write room 1 is my room ID, and you can see one data has been created. Let's try to create one more room. So I will give room 2. Okay, let's try to create one extra room as well. So it will be room 3. So you can see now I have created three rooms, and that can be seen from over here as well. If I just go to the Hybris room, right, if I just go over here, right, so I will just click on the execute button. So you can see we do have three data present inside Hybris room table, right? So I will just click on the search. You can see three data is there. If I open any data, if I open any row, you will see that we do have inside the Hybris room, right, we do have the room ID, we do have room name, and guys, then notice one more important thing, we do have Hybris Tube home as well. Okay, if I try to add inside one room, I was saying that one room belongs to one home only. Okay, so I am trying to add one home. So you can see we created two homes, right, and I am adding one home. You can see we don't have any option to add any other home. That is why I was saying that there is a one-to-one relation between the Hybris room and Hybris Tube home, right? There you can say that we are not able to add any other room. It means one room can have one home only. So one room belongs to only one home only. That is why we are saying there is a one-to-one relation between Hybris room and Hybris Tube home. But in the opposite, we will have one-to-many relation between Hybris Tube home and Hybris room. So I am just clicking on the save button. Okay, so I have just clicked on the save button. Now guys, we have created three rooms, right? I will go back to now Hybris Tube home, and then I will show you that one home can have multiple rooms. That is why we are saying that there is a one-to-many relation between the Hybris Tube home and Hybris room. So I'm going back to the Hybris Tube home. So you can see I'm going back, and then I will click over here. I will go inside any home. Okay, so you can see I'm going inside here, and over here guys you can see we have this Hybris rooms. Let's try to add one room inside this. I'm adding this room. PK is 9 to 7, so you can see I am able to add, but I have option now to add multiple rooms. This option was not there at the Hybris home, Hybris room side, right, at Hybris room item types. But over here in Hybris Tube home we can add multiple rooms. That is why we are calling that we can add multiple rooms inside one home. That is why there is a one-to-many relation between Hybris Tube home and Hybris room. Right, guys? Please note that I can add duplicate rooms as well inside one home. But if your requirement is that you don't want to, add duplicate rooms, what you have to do while declaring this relation over here, right? What you have to do, you just have to write something like this collection, right? Over here you have to write collection type is equal to set, because set doesn't allow the unique values. That is why you have to write something like this. In this way you will not be able to add the duplicate values inside the Hybris room. So I hope guys this is clear to you what I wanted to say, that inside one home we can add multiple rooms. That is why there is a one to many relation between home and room, but between room and home there is always a one-to-one relation, right? So this concept should be clear to you. And guys, this is all about the one-to-many relation. There is one more thing which I wanted to show you. If I show you just word Hybris room, right? So you will see that over here guys we do have this collection as well. What it is saying, it is saying that we had a relation home to room relation, right? So you can see its name is home to room relation Hybris rooms collection, right? And we discussed this as well, that this collection will get created into the database because inside because of this relation home to room, right? And inside one home we can have a collection of rooms, so that is why this collection is separately created, right? So this is the collection of rooms which has been created into the database, right? So guys, I hope this is clear to you what I am saying over here. So it means internally what system is doing when I am writing over here one to many relation, what system is doing, it is creating a collection of rooms, right? So that in a one home we can save a collection of rooms. And guys, again I'm revising you the concept. If I see the DB table inside the Hybris Tube home, right, we will not have any reference of Hybris room, but inside the Hybris room, right, inside the Hybris room you can see we do have a reference of Hybris home, right? So if I just refresh this query, because now we have added homes as well. So if I refresh this query, you can see that this is the mapping. Here I am saying that this room belongs to, right, this room now belongs to the to this home, right? So this is the thing we need to take care of, right? Now there is again guys another solution to declare one to many definition. So there was one way to declare one to many behavior was we can create one to many relation. So in this way also we define the one to many using the one to many relation, we define the one to many behavior. There is another way as well to define the one to many behavior. That way is that we can create a collection as well. So we can create a collection as well. How we can create the collection? So what I am saying over here, like over here I'm saying inside the Hybris Tube home we can have a we can have many rooms, right? Similarly, I was saying that inside Hybris room home we can Hybris room we can have one home only. One room can belongs to one home only. But you notice that here we do have one to many relation from Hybris Tube home to Hybris room, but one to one relation between Hybris room to Hybris Tube home. It means this is a bidirectional relation, right? This is a bidirectional behavior. Now we will show you how we can define the same behavior using the collections, but that behavior will be basically unidirectional behavior. So if I take the example, if I just take one example, like I create uh, one item type with the name super bag. So I am creating one item type super bag. Okay, so I will give its name as super bag. Okay, and then over here I will just change its type like 412. I don't think that this will have. So you can see it is giving me the error. Why it is giving me error? Because you can see over here we have exceeded the limit, right? That is why it is throwing the error. So once I am in the limit, then it is not throwing the error. So you can see this is clearly visible, right? So what I will do, I will just try to search this type code whether it is existing in some item type or not. Only then we will proceed further. So you can see this is not there. Oh, this is there already. So what we will do, we will try to change this, and let's try to search this whether it is there or not. So let's try to search it, and I don't think it is anywhere. So this is the unique one. So over here, what I have done, I have created a new item type, right? And table name is super bag table, right? And I'm showing you now the one to many behavior using the collections. So there are two ways to define the one to many behavior. First way is using the relations, which we have just discussed. Second way is using the collections. So what I am doing over here, what I am saying over here, I am saying that one bag, right? One super bag. There is another item type. Let's say super key. Let's define one another item type, super key. So what I will do, I will just copy this. Okay, I will just copy this like this, and I will create another item type super key. Okay, that name is super key. It means one, or super pocket, so it means one bag can have multiple pockets, right? So that is why I am defining one item type super pocket. It is bag, super bag, super pocket, that is okay. So we can give the same super pocket table. That will be the basically table name. I will change it to 10542. Right here I will write something like this: pocket id. Okay, pocket id and pocket name. Okay, I think that is enough. We don't need this. Okay, so what I will do now, so I will just delete this as well, and then I will just delete this as well, right? So I think that is fine. Right, so now I am saying inside the super pocket item type, we can have two attributes, pocket ID and pocket name. Right, so what we are saying, that now one bag can have, one super bag can have multiple pockets. So this is what I am saying. So to define this behavior, one to many behavior, one way we have already discussed, we can create one to many relation between the super bag and super pocket. Another way is we can create a collection, right? We can create a collection of super pocket right inside the super bag only. So this is the another way we can do. So how we can do that? So we need to write something like this. Auto attribute auto create is equal to true. Qualifier is say super pockets, right? And then we will write something like this. It is pocket collection. We will declare the pocket collection as well. We will create the collection as well, right? So this is the one. Read is equal to true, write is equal to true, search is equal to true. That is the fine. Now what we will do we will define this collection, and this collection will be of which type? It will be of type super pocket, right? So just remember this pocket collection which I am going to define in the collections area, that will be of type super pocket. So what we will do, I will go to the collection section, right? So what I will do inside this collection section only, like we have defined this key collection, I will define the super pocket as well, pocket collection as well. So I will just copy this, right? And then I will just paste over here like this, and I will give its name as a pocket collection. So you can see now I am giving its name as pocket collection, right? And its type is super pocket, right? Its type is super pocket. It means what I am saying, I am creating a collection, right? I am creating a collection of type super pocket, right? This is what I am saying. So you can see I have saved it, right? So then you will see that our relation is ready. So here what I am saying, one super bag can have a collection of pockets. One super bag can have a many pockets, right? So this is the behavior I have defined. But guys, please notice here we are defining inside the super bag item type only, we are defining this behavior one to many behavior using one attribute which is of type collection, right? But inside the super pocket we have not given any reference of super bag. It means guys, this is unlike relations. Relations were bidirectional, but this collection behavior, this is you basically the unidirectional behavior, right? We have given the relation between bags and pockets, right? That is one to many relation, right? But there is no relation between the pockets and bags, right? In like we had in the relations, we had one to many and opposite was the one to one relation, but here opposite relation doesn't exist. That is why this is a unidirectional behavior, right? So what we will do now, I will just save this and then I will just build my project, and once I build my project I will show you how my super bag model will look like. I will show you one super bag model will get created. It will have a collection of pockets. It will have a collections of pockets, like we do had a collection of hybris rooms inside the hybris tube home, right? But guys, there is a difference inside the hybris room, right? We saw that inside the hybris room as well, inside the hybris room model as well, right? We saw that we had a reference of hybris tube home, but over here in this relation we will find that inside the super pocket we will not have anything. Inside the super pocket model we will not have any reference related to the super bag. So let me quickly build my project, then we will see how our model classes are looking like and how our tables are looking like, right? So what I will do, I will bring my server down again, right? And then I will build my project. So I am firing the command and all. Once this command gets completed, what we will do, I will show you the model classes. Currently you can see model classes are not there, but once the build is completed you will see these model classes also. So let's wait for the build to get finished, and once the build get finished then we will see other steps. So guys, now you can see build is successful. What I will do now, I will just refresh my platform extension. So you can see I have refreshed my platform extension. So I'm going to the platform and then I will just click on the refresh button. So you can see I have clicked on the refresh button, and once this refresh is completed, then we will see that inside this super bag, right, we will have a super bag model class. So you can see super bag model is there, And inside this super bag model, we will have super pockets. We will have a collection of pockets. So let's go into the super bag model. And guys, you can see we do have a collection of pockets. We do have a collection of pockets inside the super bag model. So just remember this concept, or note down this concept, that inside the super bag we have a collection of pockets. But if I go inside the super pocket model, if I go inside this, you will see that we don't have any reference of bag. We don't have any reference of bag, right? So it means while we declare a collection, the relation or that behavior is a unidirectional behavior. We will not have the same relation at both end. We only have the relation between super bag and super pockets, but we don't have any relation between the super pocket and super bag, right? So I hope this is clear to you. So this is how our model class is looking like while we declare a collection, right? But guys, then I will bring my server up and then I will show you that how tables look like, right? And how these types look like in the back office. So that is why I'm bringing my server up, and once the server is up, then I will perform the system update so that these corresponding tables, right, these corresponding tables can also get created into the DB. So let's wait for the server to come up. So guys, now you can see server is up. What I will do, I will quickly open the HSC and I will perform the system update. So I'm logging with my credentials admin and dimda, and then I will go to the platform and then I will go to the update and I will perform the system update. Why I need to perform the system update? So that these corresponding item types super pocket and super bag can be created into the DB table, right? So this is why I'm performing the system update. So I'm clicking on the update button. So once I click on the update button, you can see in the backend update has been started. So let's wait for the system update to get finished and then we will see how these tables are looking like into the DB. So let's wait for the system update to get finished. So guys, now you can see system update has been finished successfully. Now what we will do, we will see how these tables look like, how super bag and super pockets are looking like in the DB. So for that, what I will do, I will quickly go to my HSC and I will log in with my credentials. Username is admin and password is nimda, and then I will go to the flexible search. So firstly, I will try to see how my super bag is looking like. You can see inside the super bag, we have a collection of pockets, right? We have a collection of pockets. Always remember, guys, once we declare a collection, right, you will see now inside the super bag, right, inside the super bag, we will have an attribute with the name super pocket. So I am saying in the super bag table, we will have one column super pockets, right? Inside that column only, we will be saving the values comma separated. This is what I am saying. This is unlike the one to many relation. There we had no reference of many side inside the in the one side table, right? So if I show you the super bag table, if I just write select star from super bag, super bag, right? And if I click on the execute, you can see we do have this table. Here we have bag ID, bag name, bag room number, right? And then we have this attribute super pockets, right? This is the same attribute super pockets which we have declared, right? So this is how super bag is looking like. It means I can say inside the super bag only we have a one attribute super pockets. But if I go inside the super pocket table, right, so you can see we will have super pocket table as well. So if I just search something like this, super pocket, right, you will see that, guys, inside the super pocket, this is the table, right? We have not clicked on the super execute button. So you can see now I have clicked. So over here, the table name is super pocket table, right? It has the attributes. Attribute is pocket ID, pocket name, right? So you can see it has only these attribute pocket ID, pocket name, but it doesn't have any reference of super bag. This is opposite to the one to many relation between the right, Hybris Tube home and Hybris room. Inside the Hybris room, we had seen that we had a attribute Hybris Tube home, right? So this is unlike that relation. That is why we call the collections behavior as unidirectional one-to-many behavior, right? So meanwhile, I will log in into the back office as well with my credentials, admin and Nimda, so that I can show you how this view is looking like in the back office as well. But I think now the concept should be clear to you, like how the model classes look like, right? And how our tables look like. Now what I will do, I will try to fill some data inside the super pocket, right? Inside the super bag and super pocket, and I will show you how this collection gets saved into the DB. So I will show you that inside the super bag, right, inside the super bag only, this pocket, right, this data will be saved comma separated. That is what I am going to show you, right? So inside the super, right, inside the super bag only, I am saying that we have a attribute, right, super pocket. So inside that attribute only, right, we will be saving the values comma separated, right? So let's go to the back office and see how it is looking like. So what I will do, I will just copy the super bag, right? And then we will see how it is looking. So I will just type over here type so that I can search the super bag type, right? So I have just clicked over here types, right? And then I will go to the super bag type. So you can see I have just gone over here and then I will just write super bag, and you will see that this bag has been created, right? So you can see we do have super bag, and if I go to the properties, you will see that it has its own attribute, bag id, bag room number, bag name. Then it has this collection of super pockets as well, right? And if I try to, go over here, and if I try to add one bag, or if I try to create one bag, it is asking me the bag id. Why it is asking me? Because this is a mandatory field, right? You can see this is the mandatory field, other fields are not mandatory, right? So that is why we have to give the bag id. So I'm giving it as a bag one, right? Similar way I can create another bags as well. So I will just open this data, and you will see, guys, inside this super bag we can add bag id, bag room number, bag name, right? And then we do have this super pocket section as well. So I will firstly create some super pockets, right? And then we will try to add those pockets inside this bag. So what I will do now, I will go to the super pocket item type, and we will show you that inside the super pocket type, we will not have any reference of super bag. So I will just go to the super pocket, okay, and then I will show you how it is looking. You can see inside the super pocket we don't have any reference of bag. We have pocket ID and pocket name only. And if I try to add any pocket, right, if I write like I add pocket 1, right, and similar way I will add pocket 2, so it means I have created two data of pockets. Similarly, I will create one more data, pocket 3. So you can see I have added now three pockets. So it is visible over here as well how these pockets are looking like. So I can show you this super pocket table again, super pocket, right? So you can see now we have three records, right? We do have these three records, right? If I show you the super bag now, you can see currently it is looking like something like this. You can see it is looking like something like this, but still we have not mapped any, right? We have not mapped any pockets with the bag. That is why it is blank. But if I open any pocket, you will see we don't have any reference of bag over here. Well, like in the Hybris room, we had one-to-one relation between Hybris room and Hybris tube home, right? But you can see over here we don't have any reference, right? So it is clear to you why we say the collection behavior as a unidirectional one-to-many behavior. So what I will do now, I will go to the hybrid, now I will go to the super bag home, super bag again, and then I will add some pockets inside that. So I will going to the super bag, right? And then I will try to add some pockets inside that. And then we will see how those data is saving into the database. So what I was saying that over here, right? Over here, now data will start saving comma separated. So you can see I am the super bag, right? This is one super bag. And over here, let's try to add one pocket. So you can see I am adding one pocket. I am adding second pocket as well. So it means I can add multiple pockets. I can add one more pocket as well, and I can add duplicate pockets as well. If you don't want to add duplicate pockets, what you have to do, so what you can do for that, you can set over here uh, type is equal to set. So this is what you can do. So now what I will do, I have added these, right, four pockets inside this one bag, and let's see how it is looking like now in the DB. So how it is looking like, so you can see I have clicked on the execute, and you will see that pockets are now saved comma separated. You can see pockets are now saved comma separated. So this is the difference between the one to many behavior via relation or one to many behavior via collection. Now you will ask which behavior we should use. We should use the relations or collections. So answer is, in most of the scenario you should use the relations. Why we should use the relation, guys? There is always a limit of each attribute. We can add maximum 255 characters, right, inside one column. So it means this length can be of maximum 255 characters. If we try to add more, it will truncate that data. So there is always a chance of PK truncation if data is high, right? That is why relations are more preferred, right? But the benefit of using collection is because now you can see inside the super bag only, right? Inside the super bag only, we have added the this pocket collection. So it will make searching a bit faster. So that is why its searching is bit faster, but there is always a risk of data truncation. So it means if you want searching to be faster and you know that inside this column data will be less, then you can use the collection. Otherwise, in all other scenario, you should use the relations only. So guys, I hope this is clear to you what I am saying, and how, and I hope guys you have now seen all type of flavors of one to many behavior, right? Now we will discuss, guys, our next topic is many to many relation. How many to many relation is looking like, how model classes get generated. So let's take a, example of teachers and students. So what I am saying, one Hybris Tube teacher can study multiple students, right? One Hybris Tube teacher can teach multiple Hybris Tube students. Similarly, one Hybris Tube student can be studying under multiple teachers, right? So there is a many to many relation between the Hybris Tube teacher and Hybris Tube student. So what I will do, I will create two item types. I will create two item types, something like this. I'm creating one item type, Hybris Tube teacher, Hybris Tube teacher, and I will just give its name as something like this, Hybris Tube teacher table. It should be like 1044, right? Here I am saying teacher ID. This is the teacher ID, and then this is the teacher name. That's it. So then what we will do, I will create one more item type, right? I will create one more item type, Hybris Tube student. So you can see I have created one more item type, right? And it will be Hybris Tube student, right? So it will be deployment table will be Hybris Tube student table. You can give any name. So I'm giving here student ID, student IDs. This is student name, right? Now what I am saying, guys, I am saying one Hybris Tube teacher can be teaching multiple Hybris Tube students. Similarly, one Hybris Tube student can be teaching can be studying under multiple Hybris Tube teachers. So it means from Hybris Tube teacher to Hybris Tube student also there is a many to many relation. Similarly, from Hybris Tube student to Hybris Tube teacher as well, there is a many to many relation. So it means one Tube teacher can also have collection of Hybris Tube students. Similarly, one Hybris Tube student can also have a collection of Hybris Tube teacher. So this is what I am showing. So what I will do now, I will create a relation between many to many relation between Hybris Tube teacher and Hybris Tube student. So how that a relation will look like. So I will go to the relation section, and over here only I will create a many to many relation, right? So how that many to many relation will look like. So you can see that I will just copy this and then I will just paste over here, and then we will create our relation. So what we are saying, Hybris Tube teacher, Hybris Tube teacher, right? To Hybris Tube to student relation. Guys, always remember we have already discussed this, right? That there is a limit, right, of this name characters. If it exceeds to 24 4 characters during the system update, this will throw error. That is why I have written something like this. I have not used all the words, right? So that is why I have given this name. So this is the name. So what I am saying that this is the deployment table. We can use the deployment table something like this 512. So let's see whether it is there or not. No, it is not there. So I'm giving the name as something like this, right? Right, so this is the name and this is the name. Here we do have a Hybris Tube teacher. So what I am saying, Hybris Tube teachers qualifier is Hybris Tube teachers. So guys, now you can see build is completed. Now what I will do, I will quickly refresh my platform extension, and then we will see how our Hybris Tube teacher model is looking like and how our Hybris Tube student model is looking like, right? So what I will do, I will just refresh my platform extension. I will go to the platform extension and I will just refresh it. So you can see I'm just refreshing the platform extension. And guys, once this refresh is completed, you can see if I go to the Hybris Tube teacher, right? So you can see this is the model class which has been generated, right? If I see over here, guys, you can see inside Hybris Tube teacher, we can have, we can have a collection of Hybris Tube students because one teacher can have multiple students. And this is the relation we have defined over here. Here we are saying that what there is a many to many relation. It means one Hybris Tube teacher can have multiple Hybris Tube students. That is why in the Hybris Tube teacher model.java, we can have a collection of students, and this is evident from this attribute as well. You can see we do have a Hybris Tube students. We can have a set of students, right, inside Hybris Tube teacher model. Similar way inside this, right, inside the Hybris Tube student model as well, we will have, right, we will have a collection of teachers. So you can see we have a teachers, Hybris Tube teachers, which is basically the collection of teachers. So I hope guys this is clear to you what I am saying. Just notice, carefully notice one thing. In the Hybris Tube students, right, in the Hybris Tube students, we have a collection of teachers. It means this is a collection, this is not the set. So it means inside Hybris Tube student, so one student can have duplicate teachers as well. Just remember this word. Once we will see the back office view, we will try to add the duplicate teachers as well in the Hybris Tube student. But Hybris Tube teacher, right, it has a set of Hybris Tube students. Hybris Tube teacher model has a set of Hybris Tube students. So it means in the Hybris Tube teacher, we cannot add duplicate students. So this is because of this set property. So just remember this concept, and why this is set, it is coming because in the many to many relation declaration only we had declared over here collection type is equal to set at Hybris Tube student side, right? That is why we were saying that because of this Hybris Tube teacher can have a unique set of students. That is why we were saying, that is why in the Hybris Tube teacher model we have a unique set of students, right? So I hope it is clear to you how the model classes are looking like. Now what I will do, I will quickly bring my server up and then we will perform the system update. So let's wait for the server to come up, then we will perform the system update so that the corresponding Hybris Tube teacher table gets created, corresponding Hybris Tube student table get created, and the corresponding relations also get created. Just remember this word. Now what we will have guys, two collection objects get created, like in one to many relation between the Hybris Tube home and Hybris rooms, right? We had a collection of rooms in the back office we saw. Now we will have, because there is a many to many relation, it means inside one teacher we will have a collection of students, so there will be one collection of students as well. Similarly, one student can have a collection of teachers, so there will be a collection of teachers as well created. So let's see how it is looking like. So let's wait for the server to come up, then we will see other steps. So guys, now you can see server has come up. Now what we will do, we will quickly open the HSC. So you can see I'm opening the HSC and I'm logging in with my credentials. Username is admin and password is Nimda, and I will perform the system update. So you can see I'm clicking on the system update and I will just select the update running system option. So you can see I have selected the update running system option and I will just click on the update button, right? So you can see now in the backend the system update has been started, right? System update has been started, and once the system update is finished we will see, right, how our tables are looking like, how our Hybris Tube teacher, how our Hybris Tube student, these tables are looking like into the DB. We will also see the back office skin as well. So let's wait for the system update to get finished, and once the system update is finished then we will see other aspects. So guys, now you can see system update has been finished successfully. Now we will quickly see in the HSC how our tables are looking like, how Hybris Tube teacher is looking like, and how Hybris Tube student is looking like. So since this is a many to many relation, so guys, what you will see that in the Hybris Tube teacher as well, there will be no reference of Hybris Tube student. Similarly, in the Hybris Tube student as well, there will be no reference of Hybris Tube teacher. But instead of this, what we will have a separate table name will be this one. So this will be the separate table which will get created, and inside that table only the mapping between the Hybris Tube teacher and Hybris Tube student will be there. So I will show you this Hybris Tube teacher first. So you can see I am going to the HSC and I will go to the console flexible search and I will log in with my credential, right? So you can see I'm going to the Hybris Tube teacher table. So you can see I have just fired the query select star from Hybris Tube teacher. In the backend, you can see this is the table which is getting called. And over here, guys, you can see we do have teacher ID and teacher name, but we don't have any reference of Hybris Tube student over here. Similarly, in the Hybris Tube student as well, you will see that we don't have any reference of Hybris Tube teacher. You can say we have student ID, student name, but we don't have any reference of teacher over in the Hybris Tube student. So I hope guys this is clear to you. But how the mapping is done, this mapping is there in this table. So this is a separate table which has been created. So you can see that we do have this table, right? And inside this table only we do have two columns, source PK and target PK. So these are the two columns. Source PK means PK of Hybris Tube teacher, target PK means PK of Hybris Tube student. So I will show you this thing in the back office, then we will add some data, and in this table you will see that we will have some data. So you can see this is the back office, and I will show you firstly how Hybris Tube teacher is looking like. You will find that in the Hybris Tube teacher we will have a facility to add multiple students, because there is a there is a many to many relation between the teachers and students. It means one teacher can have multiple students, right? So you will see that how Hybris Tube teacher is looking like. So I will just copy this Hybris Tube teacher and I will show you how it is looking like. So you can see this is the Hybris Tube teacher, right? And you will see if I go to the properties section, right? Inside the properties, you are seeing that we do have teacher ID, teacher name, but we do have students as well, right? We do have students as well, right? And if I just show you the data, right, so you can see this is the view. I try to add one teacher, so you can see I am adding one teacher. Why teacher ID is mandatory? Because over here only we have declared that teacher ID is optional, value is false, right? So you can say I have added one teacher. Similar way I can add one more teacher. So I have created two teachers now. So in the same way I can create one more teacher, teacher 3, right? So three teachers I have now created, right? So you can see that now we do have three teachers, right? So if I open any teacher, right? So if I open any teacher, you can see inside each teacher, guys, inside the teacher, teacher ID is there, teacher name is there, right? But we have option to add students as well, and we will be able to add multiple students as well. So let's create multiple students, then we will see how it is looking like. So I will go to the Hybris Tube students, right? I will go to Hybris Tube student and we will see its structure. So you can see this is the Hybris Tube student and this is how it is looking like. Over here we do have student ID, student name, but we do have Hybris Tube teachers as well. So if I go over here and if I try to create one student, so I will write student ID 1, right? So this is one student I have created. Similar way I can create another student. So I will basically create the three student, right? So you can see I have created the three students as well, right? So you can say we have created these three students. If I open any student, guys, you will see that over here we do have the student ID, student name, right? But we do have option to add multiple teachers as well, right? So you can see I have like this student I have added with the teacher, right? So then again I can add the one duplicate student as well, right? But in the teacher side I will not be able to add duplicate. You can see we have added three. So once I add these duplicate I mean added these teachers, right, you will see how our relation will look like, how this table will look like. You will see that Hybris Tube teacher to student relation. So you have seen now it has created two entries. So you can see it has now created two entries, right? Why the two entries? Because one was the duplicate one. So you can see now I have refreshed it because the duplicate one was not able to save, right? So why it was not able to save? Because over here, right, guys, we are saying that between the Hybris Tube teacher to student relation, here I am saying that one teacher can have a list of students, right, which are unique one. That is why, right? So I will just skip this thing, then I will go to the Hybris Tube teacher again. So you can see now I have a Hybris Tube teacher, and in this inside the teacher as well we can see the similar thing. So you can see if I can add one student inside each teacher. So I am inside one teacher and I am trying to add student. So you can see this is the student which has already been added. In the similar way we can add another student. You can see I'm trying to add the duplicate but it is not getting added. So you can see that we have added the three more students inside one teacher, and how this table is looking like. So you can see that how this table is looking like. So this is how it is working. So I hope guys it is clear to you how the many to many relation works. So guys, this is all about the relations. I have explained you the one-to-one relation. Hybris doesn't support the one-to-one relation separately, but it says that if you do the attribute declaration inside the parent item type, you can declare one-to-one relation. Similarly, for the one-to-many behavior, we can have a relation or we can have a collection. And now we have explained the many-to-many relation as well. So guys, I hope this video is informative for you. And guys, if you like this video, please share this video with your friends. Thank you for your support. Thank you. Bye.